final pickup for 2025, and it's been quite an interesting year. It started off pretty good, and then towards the end, unfortunately, my company went under restructuring, and I fell victim to being part of the layoffs. So the end of the year was not great. I thankfully was able to find another job in December or beginning of this month. Day I'm recording this is December 28th. So just sort of at this point, getting back on my feet, recovering from the last couple months, which also means that there wasn't a whole lot for me to get other than the things that I had ordered months before anything happened, and even up to a year. We know how that goes with some certain limited companies. But yeah, it's hopefully 2026 is going to start off a little bit better, but we'll see. It's going to be probably a while before I make another video or of some sort, unless I find something interesting to share. And I'm still going through and keeping up my whole thing of trying to downsize, limit myself to about 25 physical games per system, which is proving to be a little difficult, especially when it comes to PlayStation 4 and unfortunately the Switch. But I'm trying to go through that type of stuff. So that's kind of my goal. And yeah, I think when I last counted, I had nearly 1,500 physical games, which is a lot, and explains why I'm running out of a lot of shelf space. So lots of cleanup that I need to do. You can tell my desk is an absolute disaster here to the side of me with stuff, mostly card games, which the Gundam stuff is going strong. Managed to keep that up. In fact, every weekend I've been playing that at my local card shop. And it's been fun. I've been enjoying it. So it is a different scene from the video game stuff. But aside from that, what else? I managed to beat 22 games this year, which is about 2 games per month, which has been great. Unfortunately, a lot of that was during my time between jobs, but I managed to open a lot of games that have been sitting around sealed and just sitting in my backlog. So that felt pretty good. I liked that. So some of those games will be, of course, probably sold off because I really didn't enjoy them and feel that I'll ever revisit them, which is a good thing to do. There's a lot of games that I discovered that it weren't as fun as I thought they were. So, eh, games are great. Sometimes some games just aren't for you. Anyway, getting into the pickups, I guess we'll start off with one of those limited ones. This is Annette Returns on the Sega CD, which I hardly ever get Sega CD games anymore, but this is an interesting one. It's an action game from a series by IDEA, which I really like IDEA games for some reason. They come out with some interesting ones. Unfortunately, we don't really see a lot of them here in the West. But I thought this was really cool. I love the 80s art style in this. I think this was originally a Sega CD game, might be a Genesis game, but that was cool. It comes with a manual, very much reminiscent of the old Sega CD and stuff. Even has the foam here. You can kind of see the nice art on the disc there, which I thought was really cool. Fortunately, these cases are prone to break, so I'll have to make sure I have some spares on hand somewhere along the lines. Next up, I did do a little bit of game hunting. Wasn't much. I met with Captain Algebra and Megamat in up in Wisconsin for a store, and I came across this Mafia 3 with a nice shiny foil cover. And I got into Mafia games. I do have Mafia 2, but for whatever reason, Mafia 3 was a little harder for me to come by. And thankfully, it was like $7. So I was like, I can swing that for $7. So yeah, I'm gonna play the second game first before that one, of course, which was on the 360, and I think it has been remastered, but digitally only on the PS4 and Series X, maybe PS5. I'm not entirely sure, but I know this one's on the one which will play on the Series X just fine. So aside from that, another limited one, Yakuza Zero, which probably one of my favorites out of the series of Yakuza. This I managed to show off the standard versions of the other games, but this is the only one that I got the collector's edition for, which has the original soundtrack, which I'm sure the soundtrack is only a third of what the original one is. Physical copy of the game, collectible acrylic standee, character cards, and a keychain. So that's something. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the box full of stuff, but, I guess I'll figure it out. Another one long-awaited game, Steel Empire Chronicles, another shoot 'em up, which kinda interesting. This did have a Genesis release, and I believe Strictly Limited also re-released a Genesis version, which I didn't pick up. I think I meant to, but looking back at my history, it wasn't there. So, and I'm fine with that because I got the PS4 version, which is updated. I think it has the Genesis version on it as well. I don't recall, but this is release number 85 from Strictly Limited, and this is copy number 858 out of 1,750. Kind of a low print run, so I guess a lot of people really didn't order this game. It also came with a nice little postcard with art on it, which I thought was kind of interesting. Not that I ever use these. This one has a nice little design on it if I can get the light to shine on it properly. The release a lot of people ended up getting in December, the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. This is the Atari exclusive slipcover version for Smoke. And they had uh, Reptile and Scorpion and all that stuff. So I went with the Smoke one because I thought the pattern looked kind of cool. So, another one I waited a long time for, Storm Grinder, part of the Towel Plan collection that they've been doing recently. I did not get Slap Fight simply because I didn't enjoy Slap Fight as much as Storm Grinder. This one I did play some time ago and I really enjoyed it and I wanted my own copy. So this is the Genesis version, comes with the manual, the slipcover, and the Crystal Shield cartridge, which looks really cool. I'll probably end up streaming this at some time, but that those cartridges, I love those translucent cartridges they've been coming out with for that collection. Aside from that, we're on to some game related, but not necessarily game stuff. One I'm particularly excited for, the Fighting Vipers original soundtrack. We very rarely get Fighting Vipers merch anymore, and I'm a big fan of the game. So, yeah, I had to get that soundtrack. I thought it was really cool. It is a 2-disc set. The discs have the same art on them, which I thought was cool. And then there's the OB art, which has kind of a rare art on it of honey. I thought that was interesting. You don't really see that one very much, which is really neat. I do enjoy the soundtrack from that because it has the arcade version as well as the Sega Saturn release, uh, which I thought was different. So another big one. This will be the last one too. Had to jump on this. This thing's huge. It is the Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate Works collection from Udon. This is the exclusive cover that they have of all the girls from Marvel vs. Capcom on the front of. And this is the updated version. I do have the original release that they did some years ago where it had Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I think, some of 3. This also includes Infinite and some more other art that Capcom released. So I thought that was really neat. I had to pick that up. Along with that, though, it also came with some extra goodies. So we have all kinds of pins here. We got Iron Man, Mega Man, Spider Man, Morgan, Captain America, and Captain Commando. And then on the other side, there's more. We have steel cards, or metal cards as they call them. We have Cyclops, Ryu, Psylocke, Chun Li, Doctor Doom, which I'm looking forward to in the next movie coming out soon, and M. Bison. Can't go wrong with Bison. I thought that was cool. So those are exclusive cards for that set. And that's about it for this month, which next month will probably be nothing. We'll see. But yeah, here's looking forward to 2025. And as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.